Never thirsty. Never thirsty.
Well, people want to say, oh, Coolio, he was whack, he was this, he was that.
He had records, man.
Yeah, but Coolio had hit records, man. You got to shut up talking to me about him not being a speedy rapper. It was never about Coolio. You know, I don't know how far he got educated. I'm not going to speak on that part, but the boy was smart. He had some issues, substance abuse issues, but most inner city youth had substance abuse issues.
Right.
So,
but also, if you think of even his Fantastic Voyage, like before the Gangster's Paradise thing, Fantastic Voyage, the era Snoop and Warren G sound was really popping, and he came in sort of at the perfect time, and it's so ironic.
I mean, I was there. I got down with Coolio. That was one of my guys.
So my point is that it's so bizarre to me that he's the one that got that mainstream play, because that record is not, if you listen to what he's saying on that record.
You got to know that before that, he was in a group called WC and the Mass Circle.
Yeah.
You know, Coolio was trying to
do that, actually.
Coolio was trying to be down with Dub C and in Latin. Yeah. He wasn't a DJ. He was more Flavor Flav than he was Dub C.
Right.
He was, he was the hype dude in the Mass Circle.
I totally don't even remember.
Coolio approached me on Melrose and was just like, yo, you gonna help me get this record deal is what you gonna do. And I was like, I don't know how to get you no record deal, bro. I'm like, I don't do that. And at the time I didn't. Paul did. And I worked for Paul, so I was just like, you gotta listen to this guy. He's got on. And it was like, who didn't want to hear you rhyming over Fantastic Voyage? And he had his timing in order. It was done with respect to the culture, is all I'm saying.
Well, my point is that it became a crossover hit big time.
Yeah, because guess what? Nobody understood.
I'm saying that in a positive way, by the way. I think that is
no. But he hit the trifecta of being at the right place at the right time with the right get down.
Sure.
Because he was on House of Pain, just like somebody's trying to call me on Facebook. Hold on a second. He was on Tommy Boy, just like De La, House of Pain, Naughty, Apache. Yeah. Everybody was Africa Bambaataa. Coolio was closer to Africa Bambaataa.
Yeah.
Coolio, how about this one? You ready? To me, without Coolio, House of Pain couldn't have made it. And they had nothing to do with one another except for they were at the same label, and labels sold in bulk. Oh, you don't want to listen to my white boys? Here's that Fantastic Voyage record, and think about it. We had R&B radio.
Yeah.
Lakeside. Right into Fantastic Voyage.
I think it's very interesting. I've never thought of it that way. But to me, like, you don't think Jump Around is a hit no matter what?
Okay. I'm promoting the goddamn record.
Yeah, that's right.
The first thing people gonna tell me, no.
Yeah.
First thing they told me about Anderson, no.
Right.
First thing they told me about Jump Around, no.
Yeah.
Cypress, no. Funk Dubious, no. Volume 10, no. I got so on hearing no first. I know to hear no first.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna hear no first. You're not gonna get it. As long as I know in my heart, me and my boys fuck with it, we fuck with it, then I know I can go harder on it.
Yeah.
Because if my boys are looking at me like, Adrian, we're no. Then I'm almost not gonna fight you, but I did on a couple of records, and I still won. Like I fought my boys on Afro Man.
Yeah, that was a big hit.
I fought
massive hit.
Missed it, and we missed it with my boys. I fought my boys on Linkin Park.
Wow.
Nobody wanted to hear me say how dope Linkin Park was. I fought with DJ Homicide about him being in Sugar Ray.
Holy.
I gotta fight you to go, but dude, you got to go move in with the white boys. Plain and simple. You can't live with me. You can't go back to your mama house. What you gonna do? And he wound up, unlike most DJs who get a check to be the DJ in the group,
sure.
They made him a member of the group. He's a multi-millionaire.
Of course.
Now, and this is an era where I couldn't just make this up. Like if you would have told me this is what's going to happen, Adrian, and that I would have made, everybody would have had to sign here. Meet me at the office, sign here. Because a lot of what I didn't do was make people, hold people to some sort of like just perspective. No, I would have never managed Coolio, but Coolio made me get him his deal. At that time, I should have been like, okay, I want, if I do this for you, Mr. Coolio, I want 25 shows at the highest ticketed amount that we can get them at, and sign here.
Smart, but
I could have did deals like this.
Signed it. He probably would have signed it.
He would have signed it on.
Sure, you could have put that on an
no record deal. Like, the reality is, he wouldn't have gotten a record deal because he got the deal approaching on Melrose.
I think like the
I mean, that's my version of the story. So,
I love it. I love it. I think it's great. And I think the teachable kind of moment here is that like the thing, my takeaway from that story that you just told is that Coolio, his commercial success brought everybody up. And so like people who are hating on artists that cross over are idiots, it sounds like, because without those guys blowing up, then the other artists on the label can't come up. It's like WWE is struggling and here comes The Rock. And now
where's Hammer from?
Hammer's from Oakland, no?
What do we call Oakland? What is it a part of? What area?
The Bay.
What is the biggest independent record label community? Where is the biggest independent record label distributor?
Ocean the Bay.
Don't worry, I'll wait. It's called Empire. Where is it at?
It must be in the Bay.
I think Empire holds Hammer a whole checkbook. They owe him big time, because without Hammer thinking independent, there wouldn't have been a scene to get right. And I don't say it's all Hammer, because Too Short was there.
Yeah,
I don't say it's all Too Short, because Earl, E40 was there.
Sure.
It creates like
a scene.
We are competitive by nature, but art, there's no competition in art, so there's no judging. Somebody might like Coolio, might hate Hammer. Somebody who likes Hammer might not like Third Base, even though Third Base is dissing Hammer and have a good reason not to. So what we forgot was how to cheer each other on a lot of times. It was a lot of, we took the mentality of being in the street to the suites, and that's not, it never registered. It still doesn't. I can't wait for somebody to give me the street mentality and not be ready to change up for the suite mentality. Because it's like, you're not going to intimidate me. I don't care where you're from. A. B, by the time you get to me, we should be on a whole nother page of winning and being successful.
Right. That's what, is that sort of like Vanilla Ice? Without him, there's no Death Row type of thing. That's
without Harry O, there was not a Death Row.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put it in perspective. Vanilla Ice's money got Suge some paper, but it did not fund Death Row. I don't think Suge spent any of his own money on Death Row. And I was with Harry O 3 days ago, reminding him of all this. He was like, not many people know that story. And I said, yeah, don't worry. I don't forget. I can't forget certain things.
Never thirsty. Never thirsty.